Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to apply the concept we've been working on for the last couple of days, starting value plus net change. We're going to apply that to some real world problems and pay close attention to how the AP people do this with free response questions, okay? So before we get started, let's do a review problem. Hit pause and make sure you know how to do this problem. So hopefully you found the correct two areas. So remember, when they want new position, that means you need to have the starting position first. Position is not on this graph. That has to be given. So the turtle started 1 foot to the left of what we would call 0. So this is going to be -1. And then he went right 10.5, so plus 10.5, and left 5. So the end position would be 4.5 feet to the right, although I am noticing I need to change my units. I can't have meters per second and feet, so I just need to change one of those. I meant it to be, let's just go with feet. Okay, so that's a review problem. Now, the main idea here was it was the starting value plus the total to the right and minus the total left. Well, this is a very common concept on the AP free response questions, and it's not just with meters per second. It could be any rate. So let me show you an example. They do this a lot. Okay, we have an above ground pool. It starts with 800 cubic feet of water. Water leaks out. Water leaks out at a rate, neon flashing lights going off from that word rate of this. That's water leaking out. And then during a different time interval, there's also water being pumped in at a rate. So that's a very, very common issue. You have a certain rate out and a certain rate in at the same time frame. Okay? So we're going to have the starting amount of water plus the total in and minus the total out. Okay, in words, that makes total sense, right? So now let's make that a little bit more specific. We started with 800 cubic feet of water in the pool. Total in would be what you get when you integrate the rate that it was going in. Which one was the rate in? That would be this one. And you can just write P of T. So we're going to integrate P of T. But during what time frame was the water being pumped in? That's from 8 to 12. Okay, then the total out was R of T. That was the rate out. So the total is the integral of that. And that time frame was from 0 to 12. Okay? You don't have to write anything more than that and then the answer on the AP exam, and then often interpret what you have found. So it's the starting amount, and this is what we call the net change. Okay, starting amount plus total in minus total out, very common problem. And then from here, sometimes they tell you to just set it up and that's it. But if this is a calculator question, then you would write just that and then you put the rest of it right into your calculator. So let's go over how to do that again. And you can literally plug this into your calculator exactly the way that looks. Actually type in the 800 and the plus, and then hit math 9 for this and plug that in, and then minus and hit math 9 again. You can do that all in one screen, and then you can look at the screen on your calculator and double check that you put the right bounds and the right equations. Okay, after you put all that into your calculator, remember to round, always round to the nearest thousandth on the AP exam, because if you don't round correctly, you don't get credit. So I get 816.452, and I'm going to write what this represents. If this was cubic feet of water, okay, then this is going to be cubic feet. Okay, that's how many gallons, or that's how much water is in the pool at T of 12. So that's the main idea for today. Now, really, we're just going to do a whole bunch like this until you get used to this type of setup. So all of the next slides you can work through on your own, and I'll have the answers after each slide. So I want you to read it, try it on your own, and then look at how the AP graders grade you, okay? I'll do one more with you because I made this one up. Bill is my dad, by the way. Actually, I remember seeing this one on the AP exam, but I couldn't find it. So here you go. And I changed it to my dad's name because he'd be doing this in the north. All right, so read this, see if you can set it up with similar concept. Okay, so same idea. Whatever amount started on the ground, we would write that first, but this is 0. There was nothing when it started. And then how much total fell on the ground and how much total got shoveled out. Okay, so now make sure you get your correct equations in the right spots and the correct bounds. Okay, so f of t was how fast it was falling, so adding, and that was from 12 o'clock to 8 a.m., so 0 to 8. But then Bill, he didn't get out there to start shoveling until 6 a.m., that lazy bum, so the bounds for this are only 6 to 8. Now make sure you know how to put that in your calculator and check your final answer. After I put it in my calculator, I got 291.317. That's the amount of snow on his driveway. And let me check units, cubic feet per hour. So this is cubic feet of snow. Okay, how'd you do? All right, it's pretty easy once you see the pattern. You know, you do this a lot, though. This is a very common one. So all of the rest of these slides are going to be question and then answer on the next slide, and question and then answer on the next slide. So here's the next one. This is an actual FRQ from 2013. Now, usually these FRQs have a part A, B, C, and D, but I'm only picking some of them, the ones that are related to what we're doing right now. Okay? Make sure you read carefully, read very carefully, and look at how you get scored very carefully. There are 6 questions total, but they are a little bit time consuming. Good luck. You're going to have some Riemann sums and some calculator. Just plug them into your calculator. Good luck, guys. Arrow through the rest of this on your own. I'm not going to have it in the video. I'm going to just post the PowerPoint.